folks. What's up?
What makes sculpture different from every other art?
Didn't mean to do that. So hopefully we don't have these same issues we had last night. And it looks like we do. Fuck, man. I don't know what it is. It's frustrating though. That's all I know, is that it's frustrating. So how y'all doing tonight? So anyway, I'm going to try not to complain too much about this wonderful internet I have, and just try to enjoy painting. So we're still working on this guy. And he is very close to being done. Very, very close. Just a couple of things to do, really. Turn this computer so I can see. Okay. Hope y'all are having a good night. So really, all we have left to do on here is I want to do this freehand on this panel on the back here. So I should probably put him back on here. And I need to look up a reference for this. So give me just 1 second. Put these other glasses on, easier to see. Yeah, I'm gonna look up this reference real quick and grab a drink, and I'll be back in like a minute and a half. Okay, not even a minute and a half. Let's see here. Okay, well, it's really easy enough. I need a pencil. I gotta find a pencil. Can't find a pencil. Okay, pen will have to do. This is basically pretty easy. It's not too complex. Well, the angle is a little bit off. Yeah, that angle, that should be the top. And that will come out more like that. And that's just, well, it's too hard. It's going to be a little softer there. Okay. I don't have to keep this iPad on. John Paul, yes, this is the continuance. He's pretty close to being done. There's just a few things I gotta do yet. And I can start doing basing. I'm going to do some freehand on his back plate here. And yeah. Not sure what colors I want to do yet. I'm thinking I'm going to do blue with a white center. Blue with a white center, maybe a purple center. I'm not sure. I'm going to get my reference up here. So what are you up to this evening, sir? Wonder Woman 84, and it was so good. Anyway, how was your Christmas? Christmas for me has not even happened yet. We have belated Christmas this year due to shipping. I live in Taiwan and my family lives in the States, so their things to us have not arrived yet, and our things to them have not arrived yet. So that is coming sometime whenever stuff gets to the destinations. How was your Christmas? Alright, so I'm going to use a pretty small brush for this. I'll just grab this to get it out. And get some flow improver in here. Just a bit. So I don't want it flying all over the place, but I don't want to be fighting it either. Alright, so I'm actually going to use this little guy. Alright, so I gotta find my center on here. See, I wish I had my pencil. So we can mark a center. Guess we'll use this. And so that looks like about center, so we'll go there and there. That should be the spacing between the two parts. So I have no idea how this is going to look, but I guess we're going to find out. Thinking maybe I should start this side first. So basically what I'm doing here on this freehand is like an abbreviation of their company logo. So it's going to be an N and a B, and it's kind of stylized. So this is going to take a couple coats for sure. I have to do this a couple times. So, I know it's hard to see with this blue, but anyway. So I'm thinking I probably should do white on the inside then. But honestly, I don't even know if this is going to be... I don't know if it's going to be fat enough to even get another color inside it. But we'll try. So then basically once I get this freehand done, I'm going to have to kind of as I say, this is not a stay wet. This is not a Masterson's. This is from a Kickstarter from OTP Terrain out of Australia. The Kickstarter is still running, and I gotta tell you, this wet palette is awesome. Let me show you. And yes, absolutely, for the exact reason you stated, they are absolutely worth it. It completely changes everything. Wet palettes are so much better than dry palettes. So this thing, you see the C to OTP wet palette. You can get them personalized. They come in, I think, like 11 different colors or something like that. This is one they sent to me to review, and I gotta tell you, man, I love this thing. I have a Masterson's Stay Wet palette also that I used to use that I don't anymore. So the only thing that I did differently on this, as opposed to how it comes stock, is I changed out the hydration pad. But there's a couple really cool things about this. One is this has a magnetized rim that goes over your paper, holds your paper down. One of the advantages of that is it keeps it from curling up, obviously, so you don't have to be all anal about cutting it exactly the right size to be just smaller than your hydration pad and blah blah blah. So that's cool. And the other thing is that since it holds the paper down, it also keeps the water from evaporating so quickly. I'm going to lift up the paper here, show you real quick. This is a different pad than the one it comes with. This is like one of those 3M chamois like you use for drying your cars after you wash your car. But if you look down in here, the bottom has this square, sorry, my hand's in the way. These square ridges underneath that hold the water. Holds more water and it keeps it in contact with your hydration pad. So this thing is excellent. They will be drop shipping to different places around the world, so if you were to get one through the Kickstarter, you would only be paying domestic shipping, which is great. And I love this thing. This is so cool. It was a review unit, so I'm under no obligation to say anything good about it, but I have nothing bad to say about it. The only reason I changed out the pad is because, and it's not a fault of this product, it was the same with every other wet palette that I've ever had, and every other material of hydration pad that I've had previously, is just that the weather in Taiwan is super humid all year, and every single hydration pad or sponge or whatever has gotten moldy, except for these 3M chamois. I don't know why. For whatever reason, they don't get moldy at all. Like, where is it? This thing, my original homemade wet palette. It's been sealed for months and months and months, and it's totally, there's not a spot of mold on it. There's no smell at all, so I don't know what it is about these chamois. But I mean, literally months, probably even close to a year. And another cool thing about these is the lid. The lid has dry palette sections. Some people don't like to put metallics on their wet palette, or this is good for washes. It's good for contrast paints, stuff like that. Brush holder, brush rest. These holes are for if you're someone who keeps the plastic tips on the brushes, you can keep them in there so you don't lose them. And these things are paint pot stabilizers. Like, these fit GWs perfectly, so these are great for washes. Like, it takes a lot to get them to tip. You would never do that with a wash, so you'd probably never ever tip a wash. Pretty much all the companies all fit in here, except for a couple weird ones, like AK bottles are a little bit thinner, a little bit skinnier. There was another one too, but I forget what it is now. So yeah, if you just did a search, if you just look on Kickstarter for wet palette, I'm sure you'll find it. Otherwise, I did a video on it. If you want to look through there, find the. I should make a command for those guys too. Let me do that real quick. I'll save you a problem. Change my glasses, these things are too hard. Just give me 1 second, sir. Commands, custom. should work. Just give it a second. Yeah, no? It's supposed to work. What happened here? Alright, I guess everything's okay. Still okay. Thought I lost my stream for a minute. Sorry. Kimberly, good evening. I don't know why the OTP thing didn't work. Anyway, it's just otpterrain.com. It says, what paper do you use, wax paper or the baking paper? Baking paper, yeah, you don't want to use wax paper. You want to use parchment paper. Wax paper won't let the water come through at all. And we have a Mr. Gar. Good evening, sir. How are you? Mr. Rivets and DACA. Oh yeah, homemade ones totally, definitely work, man. Without a doubt. You know, the Masterson's works also. But I just feel like this one it's got some advantages. Use paper towels to hold the water and white baking parchment on top. Deionized water doesn't go moldy and smelly like tap water. See, I've tried deionized water. I've tried distilled water. I still got mold. It's just the weather here, man. Everything molds. Literally everything. Even your clothing in the closet molds. It's ridiculous. I'm doing well, sir. Thank you. How are you? I'm attempting to do a freehand. I'm trying not to screw this whole model up. Well, not the whole model, but just this whole back plate. I don't want to have to repaint it. Okay, so like I was telling him, I'm gonna recommend you try something. I think I still got the bottle around here somewhere. Let's see. These 3M chamois. I'm telling you. I don't know if you saw me pull out that old wet palette. These things do not get moldy. I don't know why. I'm going to show it again. Ow. This thing has been the same water, and even just tap water. This isn't even fancy water. It's been almost an entire year, and there's not a single spot of mold anywhere. It doesn't smell. It's absolutely fine. It's like I just did it today. And literally, like almost a year. I'm not exaggerating. There's something about these 3M chamois. I don't know what. Every other thing, no matter what the material was, no matter what the water was, because of our weather, every single thing molds. And these do not. I don't have to fuck around putting anything else in it. I don't put any wire in it. I don't put any pennies in it. I don't have to freeze it. I don't have to do any of that stuff. It's just how it is. It's something about those chamois. So anyway, I'm doing the back of this armor plate. Trying to do like an abbreviation of their logo for the company, the art company of the friend of mine who I'm painting this for. So I'm trying to do this without killing it. And I decided to do white on the inside instead of the purple. So we'll see how that goes. So yeah, the less you got to do to take care of a palette, the better it is, obviously. And I definitely recommend giving these chamois a try. The blue ones, specifically, the 3M blue ones. Oh, I got a little bit watery. I'm gonna grab a bit more paint here. Guess I still had some water on my brush when I grabbed it. Okay, so I'm going to try to hit this right in the middle. So basically a blue outline with a white center. Wish me luck. Because this is super tiny. Sorry, I'm going to have to shut my app while I do this. Okay, not terrible so far. This is totally not necessary that I do this, but I'm not sure about the airtight. That's kind of something that, like, I never tried the... Sorry. I never tried the Red Grass Games one, but that one seals. That one's airtight. And that was one of the complaints that, like, guys like Maniac and some of the other YouTubers were complaining about that being airtight like that and still having mold problems. I don't know, man. I mean, I'm not claiming to be any kind of expert on anything, but anecdotal evidence from everything that I've tried points to those chamois being aces. Acrylics are what we're kind of still working with those. Palette and just put combo and so the palette. Yeah, true that. This model actually was the first time I tried using oils. And I understand why you like it. I mean, it's not something I would paint a whole entire mini with, but I definitely like it for certain applications. Like his pants were mostly, well, the base colors in a rudimentary highlight were done with acrylics and then with oil over top of those. And I love the way they came out. I think they turned out excellent. Probably my favorite pants that I've done so far. Oh, that sounds weird. Yeah, oils are fun, man. I enjoyed using them on this guy. That's my sister texting me. Alright, I'm just going to go over this one line again, and I'm going to call this done before I ruin it. Okay, also this line. Alright, so I'm going to call that done. I'm not going to fuck with it anymore. So here's the stopped. Years ago, most say acrylics of kids. I don't think so. It's not incredible. I see it's acrylics. Piece of phenomenal. Oh yeah, of course. There's phenomenal artists using every type of shit you can imagine. Even literally shit. Alright, so that's good for that. I just want to get a little bit of pigment on here. Oh, and I need to did some super close-up pictures, and I noticed some spots where some pigments went where they weren't supposed to go. So I'm going to get some of those off if I can. Oh, I forgot a spot. Okay, so we need to do a little bit of metallics, and then this guy's just about done. And we can move on to basing. So yeah, metallics and one tiny little bit of edge highlighting, just on his belt buckle here, and then yeah, and then that's done. And we'll pop him off the base, and or pop him off the handle, and move on to basing. So I'm just doing a real quick edge highlight on this, because it's going to have a bit of chipping, so I don't need to spend a ton of time on it. Yeah, back to what Kimberly was saying, I don't think acrylics are for kids at all. Anything can be for kids, but I mean, like in the derogatory way they meant, I don't agree. I don't know why somebody would say that. So this is just a quick and dirty. Just like I said, we're gonna chip this up. I'm not gonna do the black first, just because this thing is so small. I'm just gonna go straight for the silver. So real quick, real dirty. Not even caring if it gets on the rest of it. See, that's totally fine. That's good enough. And should we hit it with a Wild Rider? Just real quick. Let's give it just a little bit of Wild Rider. It won't hurt anything. Won't take but a second. And I forgot there's a buckle on his right the right arm wristband. I forgot to do that buckle. And this is going to be even faster. Super sloppy. Because we're just going to chip it anyway. So it doesn't really matter. I just wanted to have some on there. Okay, that's done. Oh shit, I fell in the water. Okay. Remember, put your paints back. That's my new thing for this upcoming year. Put it back when you're done with it. We're going to go right for the big guns. Going for the metal color. Okay, this is just going to be quick too. This is just this little buckle. Won't take any time at all. And just like that, finished. Well, it's an awful lot of paint to get out just to do those. And see if there's anything else I want to hit real quick. Actually, no, we could do this. Could just do a real quick highlight on this bandolier. So let me see if this makes a difference. Yeah, I think so. That'll be worth doing real quick. This won't take but a second either. Coverage of this paint is so good. I'm basically just giving one swipe across these, across the band of, or the center section of this ammo belt. Just trying to give it just a little bit more shine. But I'm only doing it if they're vertical, I'm only doing it right in the center. And if they're horizontal, I'm going more towards the top, or the upward facing part of it. It's almost a shame there's not more to do here. I will just paint out. I mean, it's not like it's a ton of paint, it's one drop, but waste is waste, no matter how much it is. I don't need to get under that gun because that's all shadow, so that's fine. Don't need to get under there because that's all shadow. Okay, that's fine. I'm just going to find some spots to use some of this up on. A little bit on this chain won't hurt. Won't hurt at all. Sorry, I'm not trying to ignore y'all. I just want to get this done real quick. A little bit on the boots here. Corners of these toe caps, make these nice and shiny. Shine up some of these real quick, especially these corners. Upward facing edges. Just real quick. Okay, I think that is good. Yeah, it's a shame I don't have any more places to put that. Oh well. You can use it for chipping though, so actually, do I want to use the sponge or do I want to use the brush? I'm going to use the brush. Maybe I should have used the black first. It's just so small though. I feel like I'd make more of a mess if I did that. Alright, I think that's fine. Alright, let's pop him off the holder. And find a base. Bases, where are the bases? I have a big ass bag of bases somewhere here. Let's see. There we go. Is that gonna be big enough? Oh, just barely. Doesn't give me a whole lot of room to do fancy stuff. And I don't have any bigger bases. I don't think. Trying to think of what I have in boxes. What about Storm Boys? Are those 40 mils or are those 32 mils? Those are 32. Alright, let me see. Another bag of odd bases. But I don't know what's in here. This looks like squares. Nose. This won't be used for playing, so yeah, I don't know. Or we could make one. Maybe we'll just make one. Oh, that's kind of goofy. Let's make one. We can make one out of plastic card. Alright, so let's get a plastic card out. That's the thin stuff. That's the thick stuff. I want to have room to do some stuff on here, so let's mark it out fairly big. We'll say here. Do you want to have the gun over the base or hanging off the base? We'll go out to here, so we'll say like this. I think we'll go hanging off a bit. Make it a little bit smaller. I don't know if my scissors will cut this. That'll cut it well enough. So what we'll do is we'll cut this out and then we'll trace it onto another piece of card. Cut that out. And super glue them together. I don't really want to fuck around with plastic cement for this. It takes too long to set. Glue these together and sand it down a little bit, or just file, rather. We'll file down the edges. It's not for competition or anything, so it doesn't have to be perfect. Okay, we got 2 pieces of plastic card. Oops, sorry. Remember what position they were in? Something like that, yeah. Yeah, okay. Now this super glue that I have is super runny. It's very thin, so I'm going to put down some kitchen towel. And we got to remember how these pieces were, and they were like that. I'm going to rough it up just a tiny bit. Where's my sandpaper? Ought to be sufficient. Okay, so that's how this was, right? Yeah. Alright, let me find something to spread this with. I guess we can just use this. Yeah, I'm gonna do something a little nicer than just a base. I'm not sure what yet, so I'm just going to start with the basic base for the beginning, and we'll go from there. This is all totally going to come out when I put it together in it. Right. Sorry again. Give it some activator. Oh, it's glued to my paper. It's okay. Okay, good enough. Where's the glue? Yeah, I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to do yet, but something a little more than just basic basing. But we're going to start with that first. And I need my coarser sandpaper. Which I'm not sure where I put it. Naturally. Okay, I found it. Just want to rough this up a little bit. Make sure all our glues are going to stick nicely. Okay. So what are you thinking, Guy? What kind of vignette should I do here? I can look through my recycle stuff. So I'm going to start with building up some elevation first. Get some stuff out here. Is that a bigger base? Oh, that is a bigger base. Oh well, it's okay. We already started. Fine soil. What's this? Oh, no, I don't want that. And let's see if there's enough cork in here. Enough fat cork. Nope, I'm gonna have to pull some off. Let's get this out of the way. I also got these rolls, these two different thicknesses of cork. So I'm just going to snap some pieces of this thicker stuff off. And what should we do? Let's see, okay, so his feet. I'm thinking we'll put them kind of off center, sort of like that. Okay, so he'll fit on that piece. Will he fit on this piece? We can do a tierce. Okay, cool. I think it'll start out like that. Like that. We'll give it a little bit of overhang for some interest. And we'll use this somewhere. Somewhere over there. Oh, and I need some, because that rock is kind of a smooth, more of a smooth rock. This is real fine, and it's real small. Kind of doesn't really match, does it? This is more round. And they're sort of small. Might have to run to the aquarium store tomorrow and grab like some slate chips. That's closer. That's actually not too bad. Okay, that's a candidate. Let's see what else we got. Try to find something that's a little more squared. I actually used up most of the square ones building this wall. I don't really know why I made it, but oh, you can't even see it. Building this wall. I'm not sure why I made it, but yeah. But there it is. Just for fun, I guess. I don't know what I'll use it for. But what if we move this more towards the front? Or what if we even turned it, moved it up this way so we have this big back? Could bulk this up with like DOS clay and make it come up behind him like he's, I don't know. I have to think about this for a second. I didn't have any plan for this. Okay, let's see what kind of bits and stuff we have. Those are models. Oh, there's my sandpaper. Okay, this is not bits. Is there anything in here we could use though? Ooh, maybe we could use this from the asset drop box. Maybe bulk that up and stick that behind him. That might be kind of cool. Alright, we'll think about using that. I don't think any of these other asset drop tiles will be suitable for anything. There's this. Not sure how we would use that though. We have to cut in a whole nother base. Maybe. Let's see. Maybe we won't make it rock. Well, he's got a rock there. Yeah, that's, no, forget that. Got some possible logs. Okay, next box. And we have this bag of stuff. I don't think there's anything really in here to use, except maybe this. Oh, that's kind of big too. Does that fit in there? Oh, holy shit. Dude, that fits in there perfectly. Oh, sorry. Oh, that's a contender. I will think about doing something with that. Have to cut a new base, but that's not a big deal. I don't think there's anything else useful in here. At least not for big pieces. I mean, there's some small shit. Well, there's one of these wheels I casted. We could use one of these. Perhaps. We'll keep that out. That might be useful. This box of shit, I don't think there's anything good for something this small. I got some corrugated plastic. Might be able to use for something. Just a bunch of little bits. The more I look at it though, the more I like this. Somehow I could use this without making a new... No, not really. Alright, so if I want to use this, I'm probably going to have to cut this off. I think I am going to use these. This is pretty cool. Maybe? I don't know. What do you think, guys? What should I do? I'm trying to think if I have any other stashes of bits. Let's see stuff. Oh, those are just tiny, tiny bits. Alright, let's just go with what we started with. We'll use this for something else some other time. We can use this wheel though. So I'm not sure if I want to go off to this side like this, or if we want to build up the back. And make it like an embankment. Or we just put them in the center. One second, I'm curious about something. My CPU usage is spiking up so high. All of a sudden. Like super high. That's ridiculous. Hell, I don't know. It's never been that high before. I don't know. So anyway, I'm gonna sit back for a second, rest my back, and think about this. Think about this build. Let's see him on screen. Actually, that does look kind of cool. Maybe we'll just go for a quote-unquote normal base. Can stick a log in here. That's too big, of course, but or maybe not. I don't know. That's kind of cool. Let me see if I turn some of these graphics off. Shouldn't matter. I don't know, it's so weird now. Don't know why it's spiking up so high. It's crazy. Hey, Mostly Zen, what's up, fella? How you doing? What is it? Crazy cold. Luckily it isn't coated. Indeed. We'll watch your stream, but can't paint well tonight as feeling rough. Boo. Sorry to hear that, man. Hope you feel better soon. So maybe you can throw your 10 cents worth in here. Getting ready to work on this base. I'm not really sure what I want to do. I'm thinking Gar suggested doing more of like a vignette kind of thing, and I looked through my shit, and to be honest, I don't really have a whole lot of stuff that's real suitable for that. I wish I did, but I don't. So I'm thinking of just going with more of a natural base. And this would be actually this would be a good time to use up these shitty tufts that I have. before my Vallejo guy, or well, actually before Vallejo put out their tufts. So that's one of the only things that's really easy for me to get is Vallejo stuff. Before they put out their tufts, I had to buy these shitty knock tufts, and these things are fucking garbage. But this might be a good base to use these up. Can use some of those with it. Because I'm going to load it up with mud. I think I'm doing minis and bits to do it from the start. Yeah, see, I had considered doing it from the start, and but yeah, I just don't have. I thought I had more suitable things than I actually do, but whatever, it happens. I've actually only done one vignette ever, but I like it. It turned out pretty good. It was for Trash Bash this year. So it was made out of recycle stuff, mostly recycle stuff, except for things like cocktail sticks. And some wire. Everything else was either recycled stuff or some broken toys. Not done an arc vignette unless you count my old variant, which is a massive CME diamond piece. Yeah, right on. I'll show you what I did for Trash Bash. Get these half-painted minis out of the way. This is the one that I did for Trash Bash. Get this stuff out of the way. I think it turned out pretty cool. Hopefully you can see it in here. This is what I did for Trash Bash. The vignette and the model was for collaboration video with the guys, some of the guys on the Brain Trust Discord. That was this guy doing orc demolitionist conversions. So like all this armor is all scratch built. It's dynamite. It's scratch built. Oh shit, sorry. Totally out of frame. And what else? Yeah, and then just the other stuff is just conversion bits, of course. But yeah, I kind of wanted to have them. Be wearing like a bomb disposal unit or explosives techs armor. And so I made the armor, and I think it turned out pretty good. And then when Trash Bash came around, then I made this for him. I think it's pretty cool. I like it. Especially for my first try, I think it's pretty good. Yeah, so it's all recycled stuff except for the skewers, the wire, and this bit. That's from something. I don't know. Not sure what that's from. But Yeah, I like it. So those were basic, kind of unplanned. They weren't really meant to go together, but I did the orc first, and then when Trash Bash came around, I built that for him. Decided to give him a little house. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I like it. I think it turned out good. I had no idea what I was doing. That was the first time I ever tried anything like that. So considering, I think it was alright. Okay, so I think I'm gonna go something like this. I only found a couple rocks that kind of are similar to the one that's built into the model. And I'm not really sure where I'm going to put this other one. I might have to rip some more cork and readjust. Maybe make it a little bit bigger. Now let's pull off some more. It's not like I won't use it later. Pull off a big chunk and we can kind of gauge it a little more easily that way. Man, I just tidied up my room the other day and now I messed it all up looking for bits. A few Necromunda bases. Oh, cool. That'll look sweet. Painting the base is going to be pretty much the way I usually do. Texture paste, of course. I use texture paste, and I have various different stuff here that I also use. This is a chunky soil. This is from outside. It's been baked and everything. There's a variety of stuff in here. This is a fine soil. That's also from outside. I'll be using those as substrate. We just got some of this lichen from. This is what they use to plant orchids. Sometimes I use it, sometimes I don't. This is a mix of what is this mix of? This is a mix of coffee grounds, cork that I ran through a coffee grinder, and some dry tea. And this is also tea. This makes really good ground cover. This is I don't know, some kind of tea. I don't know. Taiwan has no shortage of tea, that's for sure. It smells good. There's definitely some kind of orange in there. Yeah, this stuff's great for bases, man. It really is. So I think we're gonna rethink. We're gonna rethink the cork on here. I'm just gonna kind of get it to the same size first. Alright, so that's our basic size. Let's think about... We'll take this chunk off. I don't care if it hangs over really too much. I kind of like that actually. I don't want that much hanging over, but some can hang over, that's fine. I want to make sure I have different elevations. Okay, so let's take a bit off here. Sand and little rocks for mine. Yeah, I have little rocks also, some bigger rocks. I got a couple tubs of rocks. I like these a lot. These little ones I pulled out earlier. Those are good for stuff. Obviously they look a lot bigger on a base. You have some size reference with the model. So I think that'll be good for that, right? Okay, I do have to apologize because I'm going to have to open the window to do this super glue because like literally 60 meters that way there's an 8-lane highway. So it's going to be a bit of background noise, I apologize. But this stuff lets off a bunch of vapors when it soaks into the cork. But I'm just going to get some down first before I'm going to try to keep the window open. Oops, sorry. Keep the window open to a minimum. So I'm just going to stick this down, and then I'm going to soak this cork with super glue. Alright, I'm going to open the window here for a minute, so sorry about the road noise. Oh god, look at that volume meter go up, holy shit. Yeah, I'm sorry guys. But you will likely see the vapors coming up off this. So I think I'm basically still going to keep it to two levels of cork. We'll probably use the same one that I was going to use before. And we'll get them on maybe, oh, hell, I don't know. Or something like that. That'll give me room for this. We can still do the log if we want to. Probably make that shorter, but oh, sorry, I'm continuing to have the camera go. Sorry, wrong camera. But yeah, think about going something like that for the elevation. We'll probably end up making that log shorter. Maybe we'll have it sticking up out of the mud. So I think I like that. I'm going to glue down this next piece. And we'll soak this in. I hate fucking with super glue. I'll give it a shot of accelerator too. Sorry, that's stuff out on the highway. Or did you mean that Galaga noise? That's my phone alert. The Galaga sounds. I'm going to give this a good solid shot. Right on, man. No worries. I'm going to shut this window in just a second. I don't know if we're going to have room for this wheel, but that is okay. It's not a big deal. That's fine. I think I'm liking the look of that. Thomas Michael. Who's Thomas Michael? Is that mostly Zen? because if that is you, I'd say thank you very much for the coffee. Thank you very much, Thomas. If that's you, or if that's not you and is some other Mystery Thomas, thank you, Mystery Thomas. Very much appreciated. Very much appreciated. Yeah, anything, any money that comes in through any of this stuff you see in the chat, from buying music downloads or buying merch or buy me a coffee or Patreon, anything that I make from that is all going back in the channel just to try to make better content for you guys. Right now, anything that comes in is going towards a modern day computer instead of this really old computer. And that will definitely help my video quality a lot. I can actually run an actual video editing software instead of my music editing software, which also does video. That's a secondary version. That's you. Well, thanks, man. Really, seriously, I appreciate it. It's super cool. Super cool. Okay, so I suppose we should get a move on here. Let me check what time it is. 2:25. Okay, not too late yet. Probably go another hour, then I should go to bed. So let's get him out of the way so he doesn't get mucked up. That's sufficiently solid. Actually, no, I'm going to get a little bit more glue in here and stick on this one part. The plague means I can't go to the pub at movies or out to eat, so I'm supporting people on Patreon. Oh, well, thanks, man. That's awfully kind of you. Yes, I absolutely appreciate it. You are a king among men. And don't let Mrs. Zen tell you otherwise. Okay. All right. I'm thinking we're going to start with the texture paste. I'm going to put a little outcropping over here. Yeah, let's do that. Oh, my cat's starting to be a cunt. It's that time of night to fly around the house. Because why not, right? We'll just put that there. So I'm thinking we'll start with the texture paste. We'll keep that later. And this can sit right in there, I guess. That's not bad, eh? I think that'll work. Okay, so let's get texture paste down. I'm a big fan of this stuff. Where's my scooper? It's a tiny little scooper. I need to get something a little bit bigger. I need to change my glasses too. So I'm just gonna cover the base, the plastic card with this, and then the flat surfaces of the cork, and we'll jam that log in there too. And then once it's all dry, then we'll put some super glue on that log and make sure that's all stuck on there good. I really like this texture paste because it has other textures in it, not just grit. It's got like fibers kind of, which is cool because then it looks like, you know, plants that are buried in the mud. I dig it. I'm thinking about doing some footprints in the mud and grab another model and make some footprints possibly. I don't know how well they'd even show, so I guess it's worth it. It's worth a shot though, right? So the beep sound you were talking about did you mean the Galaga sound, or was it like a recurring beep beep beep? Because if it was the beep beep beep, that's a construction or a maintenance vehicle out on the highway. If it was the Galaga sound, that's my phone. I have the coin insert sound as my text and system notifications sound. And then the main Galaga theme is my ringtone. Like the stage start music, that's my ringtone. So unfortunately, tonight won't be doing any painting because this is going to take a few hours to dry. So when are you gonna do some more videos, man? Or are you? Yeah, this stuff's good, man. If you have access to the Vallejo stuff, I would definitely recommend this over the Games Workshop stuff. It's way cheaper. This giant tub is only like twice the price as one little pod of the Games Workshop stuff. And really, this, like, I don't know if you can even see, but there's like these little threads and fibers and stuff in there along with just the chunkiness. So just a lot more variation. It looks a lot nicer, I think. I mean, you know, and again, of course, I'm kind of speaking more towards, like, you know, when I say things, I'm generally saying them like what I think is better specifically for orc stuff, you know. So if you want, and I guess I should give that the caveat of like more terrestrial, rocky planet, kind of temperate planet orc environments. Whereas like if you wanted, you know, if you wanted your models to be on Mars, then obviously you'd want something more of a consistent, just more like a sand texture. So, but the Vallejo does also have one that's more of like just a straight sand texture. But yeah, it's so much cheaper than the Citadel stuff. So really, just for that alone, it gets my recommendation. So I go through those Games Workshop pots like crazy. That gets expensive. Alright, so we're just gonna drive a little dollop on here so it doesn't have this flat top. Get a bunch on here. Now up here where you're standing, I'm going to try to keep this mostly smooth, about approximately where his feet are going to be, and then in the middle we'll bulk it up a little more. I like to put my minis on after I do all the painting, but that's just me. So I always do I'll do most of the base, do the texturing and the painting, put the model on, then do pigments, so it all ties in. It's not like the model looks out of place. The pigments tie it all in, and if I need to, I can always add more mud and just do a quick paint touch-up. Yeah, these texture pastes are awesome. They're great for basing. Yeah, you videos. Oh, maybe if I finish my another psychology essay. Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. Alright, so let's see make sure I have nothing on my fingers. Let's see where this guy's gonna sit. Okay, I need to move this mud over a little bit. Okay, and get a little more height up here. Oh jeez. Oh, it's my dad. My pops. Score me a Gorzak. Good old pops coming through. Take a look at that in just a second, because I'm gonna have to sit back again. This fucking chair. And find a place to jam that other stone in there too. So let's fit this log in real quick. I think I want this gnarly side this way. That looks pretty cool. Let's run some mud up to the side so it doesn't look like it's floating. Don't really want floating logs. Okay, so we got all the mud on. I just want to make sure it doesn't look like it's spread like it does now. It looks like I spread it on. I don't want it to look like that. So we're just going to kind of jam, just kind of poke it. Okay, that looks pretty good. I'll find a place to put this other stone. Oh shit. You alright? It's alright. Let's see what Dario has to say. Oh yeah. Look at that spicy beast. Nice. Okay, get this out of the way real quick.
You said this is what you wanted, baby. Okay. You have me.
Okay. So we're gonna find a place for this rock. Oh, I guess I need this out still. So I have to build some mud up around it. Guess we'll just put it here. And some more mud. see, this would be like half a pot of that GW stuff easily already.
It is for your transformation. And you can play the game of awakening with the uninitiated. Or you can simply go look at the end of the movie.
I don't know, is that weird? I feel like it might be weird. Maybe we'll turn it. Might be better. Yeah, actually that's better. Alright, and then we're going to stick a little bit of mud underneath here just to make sure it looks like it's actually part of the environment. Yeah, that's definitely better like that. Okay. Alright, so I'm going to show you how shitty these tufts are. Don't ever buy these tufts. They're by a company called Knock. They do model train shit. These things are the worst. They look okay until you take them out, and they spread out, and you can like totally see in the inside. And then there's this giant glue ring that comes up like more than 2 millimeters up the side, more like 3 millimeters up the side. Ridiculous. These things are so bad. So don't ever buy these. But we can hide that. I'm just gonna pinch it. We're gonna jam it down in between this log. Might have to use tweezers, but we're gonna get that fucker in there. Oh, actually, you know what? I hate it. We're not even going to use it. We'll find another spot for it. That's not the spot. Maybe we'll stick it in there. Put some more mud around. I just put the mud away, but it's okay. I normally wouldn't do this yet with regular tufts, but with these, because they suck, we're gonna glue them in with the mud, even though I wasn't thinking and I already put it away. But we're gonna use the mud to cover that giant glue ring. I think I do need to get a little bit bigger scooper though. At some point. Righto. I'm not worried about getting paint on it, because it's easy enough just to paint some more brown and green on it. It's not really a big deal. I see a lot of scale modelers do that all the time, so I'm not too plussed about it. Wondering if I should fill in this gap though. Yeah, what the hell? I feel like I should. Every time I clean the scooper off, find something else I want to do. Yeah, that looks better. Okay, I need to sit back for a minute. I need to readjust my lights. No. A little bit. Sorry, getting all up in the camera like that. Okay, so I think that's going to be good. Just double check where he's going to stand. That should be fine. I'm half thinking about sticking them down now, but we'll just let that dry. Actually, might flatten down that area just a little bit. So you use a little bit of water. Just make sure it's nice and flat. Because like I said, we can always add more mud later. I just want to make sure that it's got a nice flat spot to glue down to. Okay. So I need to sit back, let my back chill out for a minute. Trying to think if there's anything else I can really do tonight. Thinking there might not be. This might be where I sign off. Because this is going to take till morning to dry. And yeah. Neuropsychology essay. So that for university, I'm guessing, yeah. Put some little rocks. They will actually look like big rocks compared to him, of course. I said I was going to sit back. This happens all the time. I was like, oh, I gotta rest my back for a little bit, and then I don't, because I'm stupid. I should show you what I'm doing here. I'm just placing tiny rocks. Okay, tiny rocks placed. Now I'm going to rest my back and think about if there's anything else I can do. Hey, kitty, want to say hi? Other kitty? Yeah. This is the other kitty. Last night Steve French was on, brother was on. Tonight you can be on. Say hi to the people. This is Noodles. Noodles is very naughty. She's my little snuggler. You sleep with me every night, don't you? My bebbers. And the source of most of the cat hair that's on all my models. Alright, I'll get you meat in a second, okay? I'm going to finish up and I'll give you guys meats. Okay? Alright, yeah, I'm not sure if there's much more I can do tonight. I say way too much. But I guess now that I'm aware of it, that's the first step to remedying. But I think this will be good. I think that'll be good enough. Should be pretty cool. Alright, so I think that's about all I can really do tonight. This is going to have to dry. I'm going to have to soak that log with super glue. I could actually do that now, that wouldn't make any difference. So we'll do that real quick. And then we'll call it a night. Katie, what are you playing with? Oh, plastic card offcuts. It's okay. You can play with that. So I'm just soaking this thing. Try not to let it go too much into the mud. I don't think it would matter that much, but just in case it does. This stuff is just super thin. Should be good enough. Just want to make sure it's sealed up. It has also been baked. But just to make sure it's nice and solid. I'd rather glue it to this paper than glue it to my cutting mat, so we'll leave it on there. I think it should be fine though. Alright. Keep forgetting to switch cameras. Yeah, so I just soaked this with super glue, this log. Once this is dry, I'll give it all a thin coat of thinned down Mod Podge, about 50-50 with water, and just to make sure it's all sealed in nice. It should be fine. I mean, that's not really necessary. I just do that because I do like that. I do it like that. I don't know why I do it like that, but I do. So we're gonna leave this one mostly mud. We'll be later on. I will be applying tea ground cover. Actually, I see a spot I need to fix. Just want to make sure like this mud is up against these little racks so it doesn't look like they're just jammed in there like they are. Make sure they look like they live there. Alright, that's it for tonight. That's all I'm gonna do. So, thanks everybody. I don't even know how many people are still here. Probably nobody. Probably just me and Zen, which is cool. I'm not complaining. But anyway, there you go with the ums again. Need to be more conscious of that. I'm sure that gets really annoying. But yeah, I'm going to wrap up. Thank you so much, Zen, for the coffee donation. That was super awesome. Hope you're feeling better, man. Hope everything in your area gets better soon and you can get back to normal life. Tell Mrs. Zen I said hello and thank you. And yeah, so I'm gonna feed these cats and go to bed. So I may catch you again tomorrow. I might be on. If you're bored, hop back in. It's always nice to have you. And yeah, so stay safe, stay sane, all those things. And have a good night. Catch you next time.